Good Monday morning, English 1102 students. Welcome to the most recent week of our class. So I've got some good news. I got your prose essays graded over the weekend. I didn't sleep much. I got through them all except for I think a couple of them, which will be done by lunchtime today. But for the most part, I got them done. Posted the grades yesterday, and I got to tell you, it didn't take long for the complaints to start coming in. So I wrote an email, and it's a pretty lengthy email, and to that email I attached a document telling you how you can see my comments. I did not just randomly stick grades on these essays. And I also want to make something very clear. I did not give you a grade. You got the grade that you earned. Now, do you want to know how you earned that grade? You open up that handout and you follow the directions on that handout, and you will be able to open up your essay, and you will see comments like in little blue bubbles scattered throughout your paper. Or in some papers, there's so many of them it looks like your paper was written on blue stationery. But there's those blue bubbles, which when you put your cursor over them, they'll expand and explain the grammatical error, or it'll have my comment on whatever I've highlighted. And so I've highlighted the error. Let's say that you misspelled a word. I highlighted the word, and it says spelling. And in some cases, I might have put the correct spelling in there, some cases not. But sometimes the misspell is so obvious that there was no need for me to show you the correction. So there's that, and then on the right hand side of your document will be a breakdown for most papers by the rubric. So it would say formatting 6 out of 6, thesis statement 9 out of 10, and I might have said something like you got a point taken off because your thesis statement was a little more vague than I would like, or something like that. And then it goes right down the rubric: structure, main points, supporting details, so on and so forth. And I gave you a number out of a number, and then I gave you some explanation if some points were removed. So that's how you can see where you earned your grade. And I say earned your grade because, again, I didn't give you a grade. All I did was read the essay, do the math, and that's what got stuck in the grade book. Now, in that email, I've also said a few things like I am not your friend. I am your English teacher. It is my job to make you into a better writer. And if you can't take criticism, then you might not be in the right class, because I will tell you exactly what needs to be improved upon in your writing. So be prepared for some constructive criticism if you got a C or if you got a D or something like that. So be aware that I am here to make you a better writer, and the way that I make you a better writer is I give you the grade that you earn, and then I tell you what you need to do. I would, if I were you, read through those comments before you turn in your poetry essay. Your poetry essay is really due on Wednesday. I'll probably, let it slide until about Friday or so. The quiz will shut down on Wednesday regardless. And not very many of you have taken that quiz. I know that Wednesday is a different due date than before when it was on a Friday. But every so often on Fridays, D2L shuts down because it does routine maintenance. So Friday is the best time to get the quiz done. You should have at least read all the poems before you decide which one to write a paper on. But make sure that before you turn in your poetry essay, you read what I said on your prose essay. Because whatever mistakes you made on the prose essay, it's likely you made those same mistakes in the poetry essay. And now you can go through there and correct them. You can find all your uses of the word you, for example. Some of you got really hammered because you kept using second-person pronouns in your essays. And if you look in the directions under the rubric and you look under surface errors, I think I even put it in bold: do not use second-person pronouns. Some of you use the second-person pronoun in almost every sentence. So your grade was a lot lower than it should have been. And read through those instructions. Some of you didn't look like you read the instructions. I got papers that weren't even about the story that you wrote. I got papers where the story's title was in the title of your paper, and then you never mentioned the story again in the paper. Remember, this is a literature class. This is not a psychology class or a history class or a political science class or anything like that. So bear in mind that you are writing about English. You are not writing about government, or you're not writing about psychology or anything like that. Now, you bring in your knowledge of government, or you bring in your knowledge of psychology into your paper, into your discussions of the actual story, but your paper's focus should be on the story, and then your other information should support that. Not, your paper's about political science, and then you bring in Emily to support that. That just wouldn't work. All right, so Wednesday the quiz will shut down at midnight. It's Wednesday night, so make sure you get that done. Don't send me an email on Thursday going, I didn't know that the quiz closed down last night, because it's on your syllabus and I've told you. And it's actually on the quiz itself. All right. I will also, by the end of the week, I'll probably sometime Wednesday post a video for your research paper in your research paper folder. I haven't even put the research paper folder up yet. So you will have a research paper folder that you will need to do your research paper with. And that time will come later. All right. And I think that's everything I have to say. So I went over having graded your essays. It took me a long time. Remember, if I get an A essay, it takes me almost no time at all to grade it. A D essay, I have to explain where your D came from, and that can sometimes take a long, long time. So that's why it took me so long to get through these. And that's all I have right now. So get those poetry essays written. Look at those prose essays and my comments on those prose essays. If you want to know where the comments are, go ahead and open up the email and find that document there. That same document is also in the Useful D2L folder, handouts folder, which I also posted yesterday. I thought I had done that at the beginning of the semester, but I was wrong about that. But it's up there now. So there's two places where you can find the instructions for reading my comments. And try to get that in on time, because then we're going to really hit that research paper hard starting really next week, but kind of at the end of this week as well. So that's all I have, and happy writing. And if you have any questions, drop by my office, call my, let me double check my syllabus here. Was it this class? Okay. There is a problem with the phone number on the syllabus. In fact, I should actually send this out in an email also. My phone number is not 317-8651. It's actually 6851. I don't know how this happened, but my 8 and my 6 got backwards. So it's 6851, not 8651. Make a note of it on your syllabus. I will also send it out in an email, and I will probably change and upload a new syllabus with the correct phone number. So be aware of that as well. That's kind of embarrassing. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. All right, so that's it. Have a good week, and you can call me at the correct phone number, or you can email me, or you can drop by my office during my office hours.